We love that old stuff, man. Same with 3 Inches. We were into old metal, and now we're kind of going back another 10 years.
You had to be a better player back then. You know what I mean? You couldn't really just punch in on Pro Tools.
Put on a record and forget all about it. Have a drink and then get back in the real world, you know?
Alexis on Fire,
Papa Roach, Wolf Mother, Chris Cornell, Fall Out Boy,
Lily Allen,
Korn, Deftones.
and you're watching the Adlercast.
Okay, if you don't know who Pride Tiger is, let me give you 3 reasons why you should care about this band. Number 1, phenomenal live show. Freaking drummer's the lead vocalist, you gotta check it out. Number 2, and this is where I get a little oxymoronical on you. When you listen to the record, it's got a very distinct, unique sound when compared to most of the music being put out today, yet at the same time, it's comfortably familiar. Wrap your head around that little nugget. And number 3, let's just forget about music for 2 seconds here. These are solid guys who have been working so hard for so many years to get to a point where they warrant your attention. Personally, I think they've earned it. My name is Brian Adler, and on the Adlercast today, we got Pride Tiger.
Oh man, it's chilly.
Can I just see your gloves that you've got going on there? Those are pretty sharp. He's a fashion connoisseur here. Now, those are big for 2008, I've heard, the purple.
That's right, they're my interview gloves.
So how are things going? I mean, everything that I've seen and heard and read, it seems like things are going really well for you guys right now.
Seemingly so, yeah. We just got picked up in Japan.
We did a big American tour, Finger 11. We just come off that. That was a success. It was really good.
Are you married, guys? Do you have girlfriends? What's the story there?
We all have girlfriends. Yeah, none of us are married, but.
What's that like being a touring rock band? I mean, how do you balance the relationship and your careers?
It's a lot of missing.
A lot of it is like just being on the road, and like when you get to a show, you meet some people and you have the same conversations all the time, and then you get right back in the van and you go again. You know, there's not a lot of time for socializing. It's not all as glamorous as people make it out to be. You know what I mean? Granted, you go back and you see the same people, and then you can bond with people a little bit better. It's pretty much just go, go, go. You know, you're in the van for 12 hours a day, and then you stop at the bar, you hang out, you have a drink, you maybe meet a few people, have the same conversations. Where are you going next? How long was your drive today? You know, and then have a few drinks. You play for half an hour or 45 minutes or whatever it may be, and then you kind of just, you're exhausted at that point, and you go crash, and then you drive for another 12 hours.
Yeah, I guess it's a part of the relationship, you know. I mean, it's all hopefully understood, but yeah, to go is, that's what we got to do, you know. So a lot of missing though, you know, a lot of missing. It's a bit much.
Too much time to think.
It's the worst thing about it, really. Like, if there's anything bad about it, is, you know, I mean, you have a life at home, so you know, it's, you want to make sure you have a life at home. I think myself.
Do you separate that life at home from that touring life? I mean, I know bands who say, you know, I've got my family at home, and when I'm on the road, I meet very interesting people, and I'm free, and I get back home and I step back into that role. I mean, does that work, or would it work for you?
I think maybe those people have an advantage if they can separate it, but I don't separate it as much. I mean, you know, it sticks with me, you know, 24 hours a day. It's always nice to come home. After a while, yeah. I mean, I didn't feel like it was something that I would do. Being in a metal band's kind of limiting, I find.